So as you would have seen in the thumbnail for this video, the number one retiring set for 2021 for the Star Wars line is 75251 Darth Vader's Castle. Now this is a set that's mostly exclusive to the US. You can get it in Australia, but it is quite difficult. There's like an order limit of 2 on the Lego store in Australia, and that's no longer available. It's actually retired in Australia. It's not a set from any movie or anything like that, but it does have, 5 minifigures. They are pretty unique. It's quite a large set. As far as pricing has gone already, in Australia, it's already moved up to about 300 Australian dollars. I suspect that will reach 500 in probably 18 months. So right now you can get them in the US for about 130 US, so that's just under 200 Australian dollars. And you're going to move all the way up to 500 Australian. So maybe like that's that's quite a good return on investment in a short period of time. I think this is a really, really strong set. And if you have any chance to pick it up now or pick up a few, I really recommend that. Now, some people might be saying like some of the other options, like obviously we have the 2 helmets retiring, the TIE Fighter helmet and then the Stormtrooper helmet, and then following that next year, they'll have Boba Fett helmet retired. There is the AT-ST from the Mandalorian set, which is also hard to get in some other countries. That probably will perform quite well. So that is another one to look at, but I don't think value-wise it's as good of a investment option, or if you want to get it cheap before it retires, to buy it now, an option as, you know, buying like the AT-ST or the helmets, or even like Anakin's Interceptor has been in relatively low quantity. You can't actually buy it on the Amazon US either anymore, unless you pay higher price, so that's gone away. There is Grievous, General Grievous Starfighter, or Interceptor, I forget the name for the set. But yeah, the General Grievous set, that has started to move up. I don't think there's ever been that many of them sold. So if you're buying like a lot, you probably won't be able to move them super quickly. Whereas something like Darth Vader's Castle, the volume is pretty high. AT-ST, I think the volume is pretty high. Obviously, the helmet volume is really high too. The amount of helmets that have been sold over the last, since they came out, 18 months or 12, not even that, what is it? Yeah, I guess it will be 18 months when they retire, has been very high. I believe also the Mandalorian and the Mandalorian Razor Crest and the Child set is meant to retire. I do think these will do well, but there has been a lot of them. That's the same thing with the helmets, like, there's a lot of them in supply. They will reduce supply slowly, but something like Darth Vader Castle or AT-ST Raider, these are not in high supply in other countries. Maybe in the US they are, but there is not, you can't just go out and get them. They're a lot harder to get, whereas like a helmet you can buy any day, they're on sale, they keep reducing the price. The price has only gone down since release, like it did go up and then back down as the secondary market increased it, but the price after December has only decreased, and it's decreased, and it probably will continue to decrease until almost the end of the year. And then when sales increase during Christmas kind of time, it will spike back up and then retire, then spike. But not as much as Darth Vader Castle. Darth Vader Castle is not retired yet, and the price is already very expensive. It is the number one. I'm pretty sure. I would say with like, I'm like 80 90% sure that out of all those sets, if I was going to be putting money into something, I'd be putting my money there. All right, so that's the first video. So yeah, if you have any questions or comments, or I'd like to hear what people think is the best retiring set for the Star Wars line. My next video I'll do tomorrow will be on the number one Lego Harry Potter retiring set this year, because there is actually quite a few of them retiring now, and that is one I think might be a little bit harder. But I'll put forward like my top pick, and then maybe like 2 or 3 others, maybe like 3 or 4 others even, that are decent as well that you could pick up. All right, bye. Hope you guys have an amazing week and be safe.